Hey, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I know going to Israel has a whole lot of questions that have come along with it. Everybody's asking you, is it safe to go? We've already covered that. I've told you it's extremely safe to go. So then you're going and you're like, well, what do I pack? Well, I want to bring you over here and show you how I pack for Israel. Most people ask me what is in my suitcase, how do I get everything together, and how do you be most prepared for a trip to the Holy Lands? Well, let me just walk you through my suitcase. So here is kind of this end of the table is all the stuff that I keep in a smaller bag on the plane. I always have an extra pair of clothes. And this is just a 1 gallon size Ziploc bag. It has an extra t-shirt, an extra shirt to go over my t-shirt, an extra pair of socks, and an extra pair of underwear. That's what's in this bag. This is in case my luggage gets lost. This gives me at least one extra day to be able to have some clothes and make it before I get my luggage back, or I can go buy new clothes. Now, this is coming in handy also when I have a layover, let's say in France or Istanbul, where I'll stop and I'll put this on. I may want to change after my longest leg flight, and I can take this bag out, just a 1 gallon Ziploc bag, everything's compressed in there. I pull this out of my carry-on luggage and I can change and freshen up. That's in my carry-on luggage. I also carry a hat in my carry-on luggage. I have my clothes ready for the plane ride. I always dress in layers on the ride. You want to make sure you have as many layers as possible. So I have a coat that I wear, a long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt, and I have all that ready. A protein bar for the ride. And then I carry one little extra toiletry kit. Now this is not the main toiletry kit that I'm going to have, and I'll show you here in a minute. This is something that's just for the plane ride. It has its own toothbrush just for the plane ride. My own contact solution just for the plane ride. Toothpaste, some throat drops, some Advil, things like that just for the plane ride. This small little toiletry bag stays in my carry-on, and when I get there, I put it in my suitcase. I don't use it the whole trip, and I pull it back out for the ride back. So it's just my travel toiletry bag. I also have a shoulder bag that a shoulder pillow that I have on the trip. I've put this into my Ziploc bag. You're gonna see Ziploc bags are probably one of my favorite things that I use on the trip all the time, but I actually will put my shoulder bag in the Ziploc bag, and then I can roll it up and compress it. This is a memory foam shoulder pillow. It was something I got for only like 15 bucks, but you can see how small my pillow gets. So then altogether, this can just fit right here into a carry-on size bag, and that's all I'm carrying for the trip. I want as little as possible. Now for the trip, on the way there, usually I plan on sleeping. On the way back, I'm usually exhausted, so I'm sleeping. So you can see I'm not taking a lot to do on the plane. Maybe a book, maybe an audio book that's on my phone. But really, my bag is small. I want something that's compact, that has exactly what I need, especially if my bag gets lost, and that's it. Now let's talk about the main part of my suitcase. This is obviously the bigger part, what I want to be having for the entire time that I'm in Israel. I actually, you may think I'm crazy, but I actually pack one Ziploc bag for every day that I'm in Israel. So every single day it has its own bag. Now these bags, I just love them. They're space saver bags. You can get the Ziploc Space to Go bags. I get some off-brand at TJ Maxx, or I'll just wherever I can find them. But what they are is they're self-sealing bags. So when they're sealed and everything's in there, all you have to do is roll it up, it gets the air out, and then that thing stays compact. And this is actually 1 day's worth of clothes minus the pants that I will have. So I usually pack my pants separately, and I'll get back to that in a second. But in this bag, let me explain what's in every single one of these bags. I have a shirt, I have socks, I have snacks, usually 2 snacks. I have a protein bar. Actually, you can see it right here. I got a protein bar. I got some edamame. I got some underwear. I got my chicken bites, these epic chicken bites. There's something that's in this bag. Let me show you another one. I also label them based on the type of weather that this bag would be ready for. So in this bag, I have a t-shirt, underwear, short sleeve shirt, my socks, my protein bar. And then I actually have put my vitamins in little tiny baggies from Walgreens. So I take 3 sets of vitamins throughout the day. Those are also in here. And then I roll it all up. Everything is rolled up. Here's one where you can see the vitamins. You can see the protein bar. You can see the beef jerky. The vitamins are in there. And you can see how compact this gets. That's one whole day of clothes. That's all I need. This is actually a warm weather day. I can just tell by the clothes that's in here. And so this is a long sleeve shirt, an undershirt, and then all the other things that I need. So I will pack every single day separate. I think about my itinerary. I think how many cold days do I have? How many hot days do I have? Here's a cold weather long sleeve day. This actually has a sweater in it, so there's a sweatshirt in there. This is all ready to go. My pumpkin seeds, my probiotics that I can put right into a bottle of water, my protein bar, my vitamins, they're all right in here, super compact. I probably won't use this till later in the trip. That's when I'm in Jerusalem. So that's a major tip that I can give you, is to take all of your stuff, separate it out by day, grab some of these bags, include everything, your vitamins, your snack. If you put your protein bar long ways in the bag, then it's easy to roll up and compact it, and then you're ready for an entire day. So when I go to the shower in the morning, I grab out a pack of clothes, the pants that I'm gonna wear that day, and everything's ready to go. Now, one more thing I wanna tell you. All of the clothes that you see here are actually clothes that I have saved throughout the year. I don't take new clothes to Israel. I take old clothes, or clothes that I would usually give to Goodwill or whatever. I pack those for Israel, so that as I'm going along my tour, I can be throwing my clothes away. So to be honest with you, most of these clothes will see their last wear in Israel. That's it. And then I never wear them again. I'll throw the t-shirt away, I'll throw the shorts away, or the underwear, the socks. Most of these are things that I'm ready to get rid of anyway. You may say, well, that's really wasteful. Well, to be honest with you, sometimes the people at the hotel are glad to take that. They'll take it. Some of them donate it to a kibbutz. So I just leave all of that behind. And my suitcase is actually getting lighter along the trip versus heavier. That way I can bring back artifacts if I want to bring back things that I found or bought along the way. So it's really important that you're compact, you're thinking through every day, you get it as tight as you possibly can, and you take stuff that you can even throw away along the trip. Now, a couple bags I want to point out to you. I have one bag this bag is just my jeans and my shorts. I don't put those into my day bag because I'm going to wear those several different times. So this bag, it is not yet compressed, but this just has a couple of pairs of jeans that might have seen their last day, and I'll leave over there, a pair of shorts that I can wear maybe around the hotel or whatever. And then I also pack one bag just for the Dead Sea. In my Dead Sea bag, I have a towel, I have a swimsuit that I'm okay to say goodbye to and never see again. And I know you can't really see them, but my sandals are actually in there as well. And this is yet compacted, but I can actually seal this up, roll it up even with my sandals in there, and it makes a very small, tight bag. Now the beauty of this is my Dead Sea stuff is separated from all the other stuff. That gives me two options. Number one, I can grab this easily and go to the Dead Sea, and to be able to just throw it in my bag. You'll hear me say on the bus, hey, tomorrow is Dead Sea Day, grab your Dead Sea stuff tomorrow. Well, all I have to do in the morning is grab one bag and I'm ready for the day. The other thing is, I have this all compact in case I want to keep the towel or keep the swimsuit, and it has its own bag, and I'll actually bring that back with me because the Dead Sea just stinks. It's just gross. And so I want to have that compact and separate from all my other clothes. So each one of these bags is a day. Some days are warm days. Some days are what I've marked yellow, or just kind of a medium warm day, you know, not too cold, not too hot. And then I have some cold day stuff as well. All right, we're getting close to the end. Let me show you a couple other tips and tricks that I have here. I always take some kind of raincoat or rain poncho. I love this one. It's made by Coleman. It's simply a coat that you can put on, and this pouch is actually just a thing that hangs out in the back. It's a pocket in the back of the coat, so it compacts into itself, and it's really easy for me to throw into my bag, especially for rainy days. And as you've read in the New Testament, a storm can come out of nowhere on the Sea of Galilee, so it's good to have something like that in your bag, especially when you're up north. For brewing coffee in the morning, I love to have my quiet times in Israel. I'll use these little pour-over pouches, or I'll also use Via packets from Starbucks. I know I'm a coffee aficionado. It's not the best coffee out there, but this is a way that I can have my cup of coffee in the morning, and I'm sitting in my hotel room by the Sea of Galilee, and I can just get hot water and make coffee right in my hotel room. I also have breakfast bars that I've packed. I have a bag of just breakfast bars that I can grab. Sometimes for me, especially just eating, trying to eat as healthy as I can sometimes go with just a breakfast bar, an egg down at the hotel buffet, and that's about it. I forgot to mention this. This bag is just a 1 gallon size bag. It says for the trek home. This is my stuff for when I'm coming home. Again, these things are stuff I may not ever want to wear again, but they're clothes that I know I need for the ride home. So at the end of my trip, all my bags are done. I grab this out on my last day. This is what I wear on the plane ride home. All right, some of the snacks that I pack, just wanted to show you what some of those are. I do pack pumpkin seeds, you saw that, some protein bars. I love edamame beans, they pack very easily, great source of protein. Trail mix is another great one. I'll put that in there in little baggies. I just take the little snack size bags and I put those in for each and every day. So packing different snacks, obviously that aren't gonna melt or be affected by weather, that's a huge deal. Let's talk about shoes for a minute. Everybody asks me, well, what should I wear? What needs to be on my feet? Well, listen, your feet need to be as comfortable as possible. We do a lot of walking. So you want to make sure you have great shoes for that. I have these shoes. These are some newer shoes that I got for Israel. They got a great tread. I call these my Israel shoes. They also have zero rise to them. Usually shoes kind of rise from 11 degrees in the back to 0 at the front. These are zero rise, so I just love these shoes. They're great. If they get wet, they dry out easily. They're not a full boot, as you'll notice, so that way when we're walking and hiking in hotter temperatures, I'm not worried about how hot my feet get. They breathe really easily. Here's a sock that I would recommend for you. You could get several pairs of this, or just have a couple pairs. You can wash them out as you go, just maybe with some laundry soap in the sink at your hotel. These are called double layer socks. It actually has a double layer to it, so it just keeps you from getting blisters. There's an inside layer and an outside layer. And with as much hiking as we do, something like this is highly recommended. You don't need something too thick, although the smart wool socks, things like that are great, but that's a great sock for you to consider. Some people say, well, should I bring nice shoes, dress shoes? Hey, listen, this is about the nicest shoes I bring. You can tell they're pretty ratty. They might have seen their last day and stay in Israel, but they're loafers that I can wear around the hotel as we're there. And then on Shabbat, on the day where we kind of have a holy meal together, or a nicer meal together on their holy day, I'll slip these on maybe with a button-up shirt, look a little bit nicer as I go down to the hotel. And then my toiletry bag. This is my actual toiletry bag. Again, I had a small toiletry bag over there. This is my actual toiletry bag. I think it's made by Timberland. It's just a great bag that hangs in the bathrooms where I'm at. It has all my different pockets for contact backups, different things here that I need, smaller things. But then I have a set of everything in this bag: razors, some toothpaste, some stuff for my contacts. So this is my one bag for toiletries, and that's what I use the whole time that I'm there. I'm going to trust that you mostly know what you need toiletry-wise. All right, a couple more things and then we're done. Thanks again for watching this video. I really hope it's helpful for you, because I know packing for Israel can be stressful. Looking at a list can be overwhelming, but when you get some of these basics, I think you'll be able to really pack well and enjoy the trip better. Good pair of sunglasses is key. It's so bright there. If you think about Israel being the same longitude as San Diego, it gets a lot of sun, it gets a lot of rain, but it's really important in the desert that you have sunglasses. Obviously in the Galilee area on the sunny days, you want to have glasses. I always want to make sure I have my power adapters and cords. These are converters. They're just general European power converters, but they convert our power over to their outlets. So you want to make sure that you get a couple of those. Now, some people say, well, do I need to actually convert the power? Well, this one actually does convert the power, but you know what? Most of your electronics, they come with a converter. So it will work to convert the power that you need to the right voltage for your appliances. But you have to have a plug adapter. Get these, make sure you get them. I've gone over there without them, then I'm searching all over trying to find some. You want to make sure that you buy plug adapters. They're like $3.99 at Target. They're not expensive, they're easy to find. I take a little pouch. You have to remember a lot of their money over there is coins, and so I'll usually carry something like this in my pocket while I'm over there, and I have all sorts of coins that you'll end up getting from their currency, and so I carry that in my pocket. A couple things that I think are important for your Bible reading and journaling. I have a great pack of my favorite Bible highlighters. These are Z-Brite Bible highlighters. They're just great with the thin pages. You can get them on Amazon. But my favorite Bible highlighters, and then just a couple of fine tip pens. I use these to write in my Bible or also to journal. I take a moleskin journal here with me, and so I'll do some journaling in my moleskin. That's where I'll write down thoughts. I'll journal often at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, so I'm using my pens, I'm journaling. I will bring my pocket journal. This is something I carry with me all the time, even when I'm not in Israel. It's a pocket journal made by Down South Leather that I found on Etsy. I absolutely love. This is a great guy named Jonathan who makes these. It's a handmade little pocket journal, and in here I can keep journals of thoughts throughout the day, and this just fits right into my back pocket, and I can have it the whole time that I'm there. Another key thing, don't forget your passport. Don't forget your passport. Please never forget your passport. You absolutely have to have that to travel into Israel. And then just as important as your passport is your Bible. This is my Bible. It's a journaling Bible. I'll open up to some blank pages here. You can see there's just lots of room for wide margins and for you to write down maybe some things that stand out to you. So I think it's great to have a Bible, maybe your favorite Bible. If you're in the market for a new Bible, I highly recommend the ESV journaling Bible or the single column journaling Bible. That's a great one as well. I throw a couple maps in here. My Jerusalem map. Jerusalem is a crazy city. This is one of my favorite maps that I have, so I'll study that city as we get closer, and then I'll usually carry that around with me. And then I do take a paper map and I track every place that I go. And I have one of these for every time I've been, just to keep track of what cities I've been in. All right, so that's all the stuff that goes in. Again, you have a small carry-on bag. You have all your other stuff that you put into your suitcase, packed by day. You have some nice shoes to go with you. You got to take care of the essentials like rain coverage and coffee. You got to have a good Bible. You got to have pens, highlighters, journaling. Make sure you have your power converters. Now, what do you put it all in? Well, that's the last thing I want to leave you with. Here's some tips for what you can put it in. I just bought a hard side, a plastic side suitcase, and you can see it's not the largest size. I want it to be manageable. Everybody needs to manage their own bag on the tour, okay? So you have to be able to manage your own bag. You don't want your dresser with you. You want something you can manage. So I have this, and actually everything you see on this table will fit right into this, mostly because I've compressed those bags. The other thing that I'll use is these little separators for anything that I need. These are things I can put some of the extra things or my shoes in. These separators just keep everything nice and neat. One thing you need to know when you're traveling to Israel is somebody's going to look through your stuff. It happens every time. They open up your suitcase, they go through everything. Well, I want to have it as neat as possible so that it goes back into my suitcase as neat as possible. So that's partially why I divide everything up. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is a really good carry-on bag or shoulder bag. This is my Timbuktu bag. This thing's been to Israel, I think, 5 different times. I love it. I love all the pockets that are in it. It has a place where I can carry my laptop if I want to. And this is usually what I carry with me every single day in Israel. It goes on the bus with me. It carries my running poncho, anything that I need. Sometimes I also will have a small first aid kit. I do that more because I'm leading the tour, but I'll have that in here. Everything goes with me in this bag. This is a fantastic bag, lots of good padding that I can have along the way. I know there's other great backpacking bags. Sometimes I'll take this GTI backpack bag that has a water thing in the back, and it easily compacts everything in there. What you have as a carry-on or a day bag is really up to you, but it's important that you pick something that you love and it's something that you can carry along the way. So that's how I pack my bag. I know it's a ton of information, but that's everything you need to know about packing your bag. It's some tips and tricks that I use for going to Israel on a regular basis. And I found that the more organized I am, the more I break things out by day, the more I think through what I'm going to need all the way along the itinerary, the more I enjoy the trip. And that's the goal. You've paid too much to go on this trip, and it's too important for your soul for you to be distracted by, oh, I forgot this, or what about that? You want to be prepared so that you can get everything out of the trip possible. So thanks for watching this video. I hope that you will continue to be prepared for Israel. Thank you for taking this time, and I hope you have a great trip.